I wanted to share today with you some thoughts in relation of the importance of the animal world and the key fact of turning human attention, healing processes, and open our hearts towards the animal world. During the last years, we have seen an increase in awareness on vegetarianism and well-being of our animal cohabitants in this wonderful planet Earth. I want, in this opportunity, to come back to the inner reasons of this need today to support life and well-being of animals, so that vegetarianism doesn't stay just as a temporary tendency, trend in society, but so that we can construct the inner support, the deep basement of this new behavior towards the animal world. Through my communication with animals that started slowly during the last years, as I started to open my heart to the higher and deeper archetypes within the collective mind of all the inhabitants of Earth, I have learned a lot about them. And they have told me that there has been many periods over the history of Earth where the Earth has been seeded with different consciousness coming from the stars. The Earth then has a wide spectrum of forms of life and consciousness inhabiting the planet today. Each one of these species has come from a star home. The original biological footprint, the original information to construct the form here on Earth has come from other systems. The star consciousness is a large part of the dimensional spectrum that has been contributing to seed, maintain, sustain, and help evolve life in the Earth as different levels of consciousness. So, animals are in fact sourced in the stars, and they bring us a deep and ancient knowledge of their place of origin. If we get in touch deeply with the animals and their guardians in inner and upper dimensional levels, we will learn that they have a collective consciousness that can be rich, and they have many, many deep teachings to offer us. The reason why they don't openly communicate with us now is that we have closed our senses to them. We have closed our ears, we have closed our eyes, and we are not really in deep connection, and we are not within a behavior of love, respect, and compassion. So the links of communication have been that close. But for anybody who is willing to open their hearts, acknowledge their relevance, understand how they're here to teach us deep lessons, and connect through our hearts, which is the inner sacred chamber, to their animal individuality, but also to their guardians in higher dimensional levels, they are most willing at this point to interact again, to recreate the links that united us as in the past with ancient civilizations, and to be again our guardians, animal guides, and mentors. I'll give you some simple examples. Let's take first the animals that live in a human atmosphere, the domestic animals. Let's speak about the cats. Cats live in a star consciousness of the system of Sirius. They're great messengers of this Sirian energy, and they work for us, cleaning our astral atmosphere and allowing us to get rid of ancient pains acquired in this or past lives. In daily basis, when we are working in the same energetic fields as our cats, they're intensively contributing to clean our subtle bodies, to remove small little traumas or emotional burdens that we have acquired during the day. Cats are great doing this, and they are working intensively with us to support this action and to keep our emotional fields clean. Let's now speak about dogs. Dogs are also great collaborating with human beings. Since very ancient times, we have Anubis, this Egypt great ancient god from the region of the Nilus that linked us with a great constellation also of Sirius. But also we have in the Celtic tradition Web Nur, which is the Celtic representation of Anubis. Anubis, Web Nur, are huge, immense beings of light that guards the orbits of the solar system, and as well as cats, their origin is in the Sirian spectrum. If we look at birds, birds work with sound. They have always been present since ancient traditions, as in Garuda, for example, the winged bird from the Hindu pantheon. They bring the energy from Pleiades and work with deep sound that can help open our heart center. Birds with their magnificent songs bring into 3D, into our dimension, higher dimensions from the realm of the fifth to seventh dimension, and allow us to escalate through the inspiration of their songs and their chants, the ladder of consciousness. If we take birds, birds are great animals that are linked with the inner silence, the power of emptiness, and the power of silence and deep inner contact. They link us with the constellation of Andromeda, which teaches us the inner power that lies within ourselves. But we don't have to forget also monkeys. Monkeys and all the ape families that today we think that were our ancestors, in fact, come from the constellation of Orion. And they are deep and profound keepers of ancient knowledge. They are guardians of the galactic libraries within the solar system and beyond. As thus, Hanuman was the best friend of Rama in the epic of the Ramayana, but also we have the Egyptian baboon god thought that brought to humanity from the stars the knowledge of writing. And finally, it's also very important to remember lizards, snakes, and all the crawling family. This very ancient reptilian line were the first original inhabitants of the earth. We know them as dinosaurs nowadays, but there were a wide spectrum of inhabitants that were the kings of the earth before this new experience of the human experience. Thus, they live in a dimension that is very much in touch with the core of Gaia, of our Mother Earth. If you look at them, they have a very, very long spine made of multiple small vertebrae, and they can resonate through this spine, which is moving along the surface of the Earth. But when we went from horizontal, when the spine moves from an horizontal connection in deep contact with the Earth to a vertical position, as we humans have, we lose much of the power of connecting with this electrical magnetism of the Earth, with this telluric power of the core of the Earth that is expanded through waves in the second dimension in the underworld. Thus, we cannot hope to awaken our inner forces, our Kundalini, our electromagnetic pathways within ourselves, unless we pay respect to these Kundalini teachers, who are the great reptilian masters that still live within this same construction of 3D dimension. They come originally from the constellation of Draco, and they are the source of all the legends that involve dragons in our past. Modern society has decided to kill the dragons and to think that they are part of negative evolution curse. In fact, we have very, very high teachers from dimensions that go from first, second, and above, that are from a reptilian origin. They come to teach us our shadows, our occult or unseen issues to work, but also they come to activate in us the power of the electromagnetic fields that links us to the Earth. They come to help us activate our inner power and arise the serpent within our column, that is our Kundalini. So we have to also pay respect to all the reptile beings within the Earth and remember that they gave us the solid basis to go from horizontal to verticalize ourselves, and from there to reach higher instances. In the end, when we finish reception year or kindergarten and we move into primary school, we don't forget our first teachers. We don't lose respect for them because they were the first that taught us the first primary basic lessons on how to read, how to write, how to behave ourselves. In the same way, we have to pay respect to all the great consciousness that live within the animal world. We have to pay respect in order to be able to love them, allow them to live, and to become the elder brothers that we are meant as human beings. This is the next inevitable stage we need to move as a society if we want to move forward into higher levels of consciousness. So let's revisit our inner connection with the animal world to understand that this wonderful earth is made of several, multiple, very different consciousness manifesting in different physical worlds. And they all contribute to make this place a wonderful experience for each one of us. I hope this information has helped you reunite in your hearts with the animals at home, but also with the whole animal kingdom that inhabits this earth. And I hope to see you soon to continue discussing some of these fantastic topics that help us link with higher consciousness. Thank you very much.